It's the quarterfinals in Madrid, and it might not be the players we were expecting at the start of the tournament, because Jack Draper, he is the highest seed left in the tournament. We've got a couple of Italians. Daniel Medvedev's floating around as well, and Francisco Cerundolo, he beats Zverev yet again. That's right, and before we go anywhere, make sure you've hit a like and subscribed. Let's get stuck into some of the action that took place in the round before. And Jack Draper, he did a number on Tommy Paul, 6-2, 6-2. And just when we were thinking, Tommy Paul, wow, I mean, the way he dispatched João Fonseca, I was impressed. This just goes to show Jack Draper right now is on a completely different level to some of these other players. We saw what he did to Fonseca. He bageled Fonseca. And now Tommy Paul, he looks shocked of how consistent and how powerful Jack Draper is on this clay court. And I think the only person who wasn't as surprised was Jack Draper himself. They said to him, "You're into your first Masters quarterfinal on clay. Are you at all surprised to be at this stage?" He said, "No, not really. Not in an arrogant way. I just think I know that it's just been a matter of time until I do something good on clay. When I practiced back home on it, and when I was younger, I always felt good on the surface. It's a bit of a different level now, obviously. It feels good to try and keep on proving to myself and to everyone else that I'm a good player on this surface and that I'm dangerous." And he definitely is dangerous. I wouldn't say that Tommy Paul had his best performance at all, but I don't think he was allowed to play. And Jack Draper was hitting winners. He was very consistent with his hitting as well. It was a very, very confident performance against number 12 in the world. Let's put that into perspective. Number 12 in the world. You would expect them to be putting up a better test, but maybe Draper is just playing that much better. Maybe he was fresh. Obviously, he played Berrettini in the last round. I thought the winner of that would go on to make the final. But I had Berrettini, but Berrettini didn't even complete the match. And Draper did him on a tiebreak and then got the rest of the match off, got through, took on Tommy Paul and took him out in, well, it was just a brilliant performance. Some of the forehand winners after long rallies, even mixing in some drop shots as well. He seems to really be honing his game right now. And maybe this is the perfect clay court surface for him to win a big clay court event. But I'm excited to see him playing his next match. The quarterfinal is against Matteo Arnaldi, who knocked out Francis Tiafoe. I mean, Arnaldi's having a fantastic week as well. Obviously, kicked it off by knocking out Novak Djokovic, apologizing to him at the net whilst knocking him out. But Djokovic, obviously, we took that one with a pinch of salt. He'd beaten Borna Coric just before Djokovic, and then Damir Jamur. And then you're thinking it's getting slightly tougher each time, but he's still winning in straight sets. He beat Tiafoe very convincingly, some very, very good inside-out forehands. He still showing this amazing touch. Like if you drop shot Arnaldi, he not only has the pace to get to the ball, but he has the presence of thought and the ability to gently touch the ball over the net so that you can't get it back again. It's something we've seen in multiple matches now, so it's not just a fluke. It's something he's obviously been working on the practice court and something he does very well. And Jack Draper will have to watch out for that when he plays Matteo Arnaldi, because that's not going to be an easy match. And it's his first quarterfinal at ATP 1000 on clay, but he is somebody who does rise to the big occasion. There's nothing bigger than the biggest seed left in, which is Jack Draper. So hopefully Jack Draper is going to be okay. I'll give you my predictions at the end after I've been through the results. on to the next one, and it's the match that literally just finished, which is Lorenzo Musetti is a new top 10 player. Wow, what a performance against Alex de Minaur. Literally looked leaps and bounds above Alex de Minaur. I think he played him just fairly recently as well, so he's beaten him again. And it's on a clay court. You'd expect him to be at home on this type of surface, but he just seems to be like brimming with confidence, Lorenzo Musetti, at the moment. And yeah, he books his second consecutive Masters 1000 quarterfinal in Madrid. And I like the new look, I have to say. This new sleeveless top that he's wearing with the new hairstyle, I actually think it suits his game. I like the way it's sort of like a flowing look on the court, almost like a sort of cape or something that he's blowing around. It was quite windy down there, but I think it adds to the drama and the finesse of some of his shots. Has a very, very attractive game, and that backhand, Alex de Minaur couldn't really handle it, and he only hit 5 winners in the match and 28 unforced errors. I don't think you're ever really going to win a match if those are your statistics. Musetti won 37 out of 48 service points, and that wasn't really expected either. But it just goes to show Musetti's getting better and better and better. He is growing as a man on a tennis court, and really on the clay, this is where we knew he would thrive. That's where, when he first came on the scene and we saw him performing at Rome, beating the likes of like Stan Wawrinka, players like this, we knew he was a talent. And now we're getting to see it on a more consistent basis. Can't wait to see his next match. Is it going to be easy? It's probably not, because they only get tougher, they say. But he's playing against a lucky loser who seems to be as lucky as they come. The lucky loser is Diallo of Canada, Gabriel Diallo, and he saved 3 match points to reach his first Masters quarterfinal. What a performance from him. What a crazy ride that he's had this week. And the 22nd of April, he loses in his last round of the qualifying. On the 24th of April, he enters the main draw as a lucky loser. On the 26th of April, scheduled to play Alcaraz in round 2. But then Alcaraz obviously drops out. Then he faces another lucky loser, Majlazak, instead. On April the 29th, rallies from a set down to defeat Cam Norrie, and then saves 3 match points versus Dimitrov and beats him in 3 sets. What an incredible story. And we knew that he was a good player coming into this tournament anyway. Obviously, he's not on the elite of the elite, that we've never seen him really perform at this high level, but we knew that there was something in there. I remember when speaking to Ben Lewis on Matchpoint Canada, he was one name I was keen to bring up, because I've seen him play and I know he can play, but can he do it on the big stage? And we're finally getting to see it. Some of the rallies between him and Dimitrov as well. Dimitrov, fair play to him. He really knows how to make an entertaining match. Obviously, his style of play, similar to Musetti with the single-hander. He was scampering around the court, great movement. But some of the net exchanges they were having, it was brilliant. Really entertaining for the crowd. But well done to Diallo. A massive victory, biggest win of his career for sure. And yeah, he's going to be facing Lorenzo Musetti, will be his next opponent. I'll give you my prediction at the end for that one as well. Moving on to the next player who I definitely want to speak about. And well, we've spoken to him on the podcast before. It is Francisco Cerundolo. Wow, what a tournament he's having. And, well, what a year he's having. He's reached the quarterfinals of 7 of his last 8 tournaments. The only one he didn't was Monte Carlo. So you see there, Buenos Aires, Rio, Santiago. We got Indian Wells, Miami, Munich, and now Madrid. And the crazy thing is, it was pretty much and mirror image of what happened last year, where he knocked out Zverev at Madrid yet again. And I think I saw some rumblings online of they were talking about the head-to-head between Cerundolo and Sasha Zverev, and I think it was Ben Shelton that was the one who came out and said if you lead somebody 3-love in the head-to-head, you get to call them your daddy. Or the other way around, they have to call you daddy, one or the other. But yeah, it looks like now Cerundolo is Zverev's daddy. So just remember that. Next time you see him, Sasha, you better know what to call him. He's probably sick of playing him because he seems to have the perfect formula to be able to defeat Sasha Zverev. And this is a really interesting statistic as well. Active players with 50% or better effectiveness versus top 10 players. So we got Djokovic with 69%, Alcaraz 63.8%, Sinner 56.8%, and then Cerundolo with 50%. And that's minimum 20 matches played. So it's he really knows how to play against the top players. And I'm not that surprised. I've been even more impressed this year from seeing his level is still rising, seeing the power is increasing, the accuracy, and he's a multi-surface player. We know he can play also on the grass. We've seen him playing well at Wimbledon. We've seen him play obviously on the hard courts as well, but his bread and butter is the clay, and especially I'd say on an even more grinding surface than this one. This one a bit faster. I can't wait to see what the future has in hold for Cerundolo. But the thing it does have in hold for him is Jakub Mensik. And Jakub Mensik, just when I was starting to sing Bublik's praises, saying, wow, he knocked out Andrei Rublev. Look at Bublik. Maybe if he did something crazy, he might be able to upset this ridiculously good young Czech player. Well, it would have had to have been something monumental because he got schooled 6-3, 6-2, and just a clinic he put on against Sasha Bublik. And Bublik even saw the funny side. He said to the umpire, he said, remember when tennis was easy? 5 years ago, it was super easy to play tennis. You had a bunch of random people in the top 50, barely moving. Now this guy, not even top 10. The F is that? That's what he said to the umpire. And he's right. Tennis is evolving. Players are evolving. And just because Mensik's not in the top 10 yet, I think he is well on his way. He's the one we all missed when we were doing our top 10 predictions. We even probably had Thomas Mahatch slightly higher in the reckoning, but Jakub Mensik looks like he is a multi-surface player. He sort of reminds me a little bit like Jack Draper, to be honest. He's big, he's tall, he's big serving, good movement, powerful hitting. Yeah, it's a very, very interesting dynamic because especially the fact that Sinner is off the tour at the moment, Alcaraz not performing. We're starting to see Draper and Mensik. They look like two big, powerful players who, if they start getting some momentum behind them, let's watch this space for Roland Garros, Wimbledon, the US Open, next year's Australian Open. I think we're going to have some real contenders on our hands, and I can't wait for it. Let me tell you that much. So these are the quarterfinals. As I've just said, we've got Cerundolo, Mensik, Casper Ruud, Daniel Medvedev, Jack Draper, Matteo Arnaldi, and Musetti versus Diallo. And let's start with the one I haven't spoken about yet. Casper Ruud looking brilliant, as always, on the clay. Knocked out Fritz in straight sets. Just, he's that good. And now he's facing Daniel Medvedev, who went 3-3 against Brandon Nakashima. He's still got a fairly good record. I think his last 40 matches in Masters or Slams on clay, he's won 30 out of the 40, so he's pretty high up. And the head-to-head between the two, Medvedev leads 3-love, but they've never played on a clay court, and this is most definitely, there's no shadow of a doubt, this is definitely in favour of Casper Ruud. I would be shocked if Daniil Medvedev was a favourite in this matchup. Let's have a look at the odds quickly to see what it says. No, he's not. Yeah, he's the underdog. 2.38, and we got 1.57 for Casper Ruud. So I'll give a prediction on this, and I'm think that is fair. I think Casper Ruud will beat him. I think he'll actually beat him in straight sets as well. I think Casper Ruud looks really good. The way what he did against Taylor Fritz, I think he will emulate the same thing and do it to Daniil Medvedev as well. Let's move on to the next one. I'm going to go to the bottom next, and I think Musetti will be too much for Diallo. I think Diallo's run will come to an end now, and Musetti just looks so good. He looked great at Monte Carlo. He looks great here again, and yeah, he's got that. He's in the top 10 now. Everything's going right for Lorenzo Musetti. I think he gets a win in straight sets as well. We'll go to Jack Draper versus Matteo Arnaldi next. This one, I think Jack Draper looks very, very strong. I think these players, these are the ones which I think are the more lopsided of the quarterfinals, and I think that Jack Draper will get the win. I think it won't be as convincing. I think it will be straight sets, but I think we're going to see a tie break and maybe one break of serve. Arnaldi is very, very good on these courts, and he's proven to be a thorn in the side, but he hasn't played anyone of Draper's level yet. And moving to the last one, Cerundolo Mensik is very, very low. Even wear the same outfit, the luminous cap back to front with the black top. Cerundolo's knocked out Zverev. Mensik, he just looks like an absolute destroyer. I said it before the tournament. He was my player to watch coming in. It was Jakub Mensik, and I'm going to stick with it. I think it goes 3 sets though, and I'm taking Mensik to win that one. Probably like a one breaker serve in the third. But those are my predictions. Tell me your predictions in that comment section below. Do you have the same as me? Do you have Mensik, Ruud, Draper, and Musetti, or do you have some different pairings going into the semi-final? I want to know your thoughts, and if you haven't done so yet, give us a like on the video, subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow for some more reactions.